Thank you for the opportunity for me to meet you and introduce myself to you. I'll try to make this as entertaining and interesting as possible. I'm the PMO's new program support manager. I've been supporting the program since 2018, but I've just moved into this role for program support. We'll get into a little bit my history. I'm going to talk a bit about my military background and how it's helped me prepare for where I am today. Let's go ahead. All right, so I went to West Point, earned my mechanical engineering degree in engineering management there back in 1994. My wife over there on the right, Linda, she insisted I put that picture up there along with the one from my days as a captain in the Army Corps of Engineers. There I served in the combat engineering unit, mostly in Germany, Bosnia, and in the Ukraine. I brought that up just because, of course, current events, back in 98, 99, we did partnership and training exercises with the Ukrainian Army, even back then, just to kind of illustrate the history we have with Ukraine. After the Army, I pretty much joined Parsons straight away, moved to Los Angeles, where I did meet my wife, Linda, who's been with me all along as we've moved around the world, working on large programs with Parsons, helping in various industries. Probably about 2003 or 4, I started working in the water in the water industry, and as I came back to the States, worked with organizations like SFPUC, Orange County, Freeport, spent a good deal of time with New York City's DEP and Southern Nevada Water Authority. Next slide. All right, so some of what I learned in the military, collaboration. The picture you see there on the right, at first glance, when I first looked this up, it looked kind of like maybe a little bit of a confused tunnel alignment on that map, but it's not. Those were actually minefields that were laid during the Bosnian War, and those are the lines of minefields between Serbia and Bosnia that each opposing side placed. I had the privilege, I guess, and pleasure of helping to facilitate the removal of those minefields along the border there. So there we see a combination of both people from both sides of the border, if you will. Where we removed over 1,000 landmines and thousands of pounds of munitions. Up on the right there, one of my mentors, some of you may know, in program management. I really get a lot of pleasure from collaborating with groups on big, complicated projects. This was in New York City, and we helped them with their water program over a series of years that I'll get into a little later. All right, next slide. Team building is another big thing, of course, in the military. Off on the left there is actually with Parsons. Went over to Iraq, and this is when I first really entered the water business, if you will. We were helping to restore and build rural water supplies in southern Iraq. I will say one team building technique is to hold people by gunpoint, but I don't recommend it. We were the guns in that picture are for their protection and ours, but I think the assembling a team and having a team cohesion in difficult situations, difficult environments, and pulling together is really what it's all about. And of course, that's carried forward on the right. Was a team we formed, program management team we formed in New York. All right, next slide. So just a few projects to highlight, starting at the bottom there. New York City Department of Design and Construction, worked with them for about 4 or 5 years, helping them transform their capital program. We improved and digitized and streamlined their business processes across the entire program lifecycle. Large program, lots of projects, lots of people working on it, and these kind of tough challenges are what I really enjoy. Carry that forward to another part of New York City. The Department of Engineering, a specific program in Queens for stormwater management. And most recently, I've worked with the Las Vegas Valley Water District and Southern Nevada Water Authority, doing something similar, helping them streamline and improve their way of managing and running their projects and program. Again, a large project, a lot of people. This is what I enjoy, and this is I'm very happy and fortunate to be able to help this program. So I think that's all I have. Oh yeah, what am I doing here? So as the program support manager, I oversee the health and safety, risk, quality, program scheduling, contracting, and procurement services. All of these areas, as we transition from program initiation to program execution and delivery, we really need to rethink and update our plans and the way we're going to execute in these areas. So that's what I'm focused on. And really, for me, it's to do that in a collaborative and a team building way so that we, when it does come time to execute, we're ready and we could execute flawlessly. That's all I have, and thank you.
Wow.
Great.
President Atwater, if I could just to add on to Rob there, I'd like to just say that we really appreciate having Rob here. You can see his capabilities, although the program support role and the team underneath him may not always be sort of front and center with a lot of the activities that we're doing. They're really the backbone of the operation here. And it's really the work that we're doing with Rob's team is key to, I think, setting the future path for the DCA, ensuring that we're ready to scale up if and when there is an implementation phase, that we're ready to hit that in the best possible position. So just really think we're lucky to have Rob here, and I'm happy to have Rob introduce himself to you all.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate that, Graham, and you put in context. Likewise, I think he is a great member of your team, and we appreciate the presentation. I see Director Sarah Palmer has her hand up.
Yeah, I'm impressed with your background, especially handling minefields. I think that's really going to help you negotiating California water politics.
I thought so too.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other comments? But again, Rob, Anand, you got your hand up. Go ahead.
Thank you. Just real brief. I mean, thank you for sharing a bit about your background. I mean, super impressive. I think that's been a theme we've seen with these spotlights. I guess just a question about your experience with the DCA so far. It kind of feels like a silly question given your background, working in really some challenging environments. But what would you say is one of your surprising challenges, I guess, since you started working on DCA issues?
I guess I don't know if it's surprising, but it happens in, I'd say, big situations. Is there's always a level of uncertainty that you need to deal with, and the certainty of the program has changed over time, and how we manage not only ourselves but our teams in our expectations, and continuing to plan and be positive, and not get bogged down by things you can't control. I think that's the one of the things that I try to I guess not only manage myself, but help inspire others that if we keep pushing forward, we keep doing our jobs, the big things, the other things that are outside of our control will take care of themselves.
Well, great. Director Gary Martin, you have your hand up.
Thank you, President Atwater. Rob, first I want to thank you for your service to our country. And we're very fortunate to have a man of your stature and experience and background on this project. I do appreciate this whole program where we present members of our staff, and I couldn't be happier to have you on our team. And I want to thank you again for your service.
Director
Good.
Martin.
I'm sorry, did somebody speak up?
I just said thank you. Thank you, Director.
Thank you. Great. Well, thanks again, Rob.